gave me a week to search for answers in the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Praia De Luz is a quiet little beach town on the southwest coast of Portugal. It's a beautiful resort area where families spend their vacations sunbathing on the beach or playing in the surf. But this small piece of paradise holds a very dark secret. If I was going to tackle the mystery of what happened to little Maddie, it wasn't going to be with any help from the police. In Portugal, they have strict privacy laws that prohibit them from talking about the investigation. I was going to have to get my answers elsewhere.
Beautiful place.
This is the heart of the Ocean Club. This is the main part, really. I brought a map.
That's Richard Atkins. He knows the area inside and out. Richard is a freelance photographer who's been on the ground here since Maddie went missing.
I'll tell you what, let's just show you around a bit, give you an idea where everything is, yeah?
Our first stop, the scene of the crime at the Ocean Club Resort.
Well, this is the McCann's apartment. This is where they were staying on the ground floor here. These three shutters there are basically was the apartment.
Around 8 p.m. on May 3rd, Madeleine McCann's parents, Kate and Jerry, dined with 7 friends at a nearby tapas restaurant. They left Maddie and her younger brother and sister alone in the apartment, asleep in their beds.
Well, this is the back exit to the patio of the McCann's holiday home. Patio doors at the top, which according to them was left unlocked.
What kind of door are we talking about?
They're sliding glass patio doors.
Okay, and just what, they came in and out of this way, presumably?
Yeah, apparently this is where they were going to check on the children.
The McCanns took turns periodically checking on the kids to make sure they were okay. I wanted to see how far away the restaurant actually was from the apartment, figuring out a route the McCanns may have taken back and forth.
Yeah, when you checked your watch, what was the time that we were going on?
Well, it's a little under a minute and a half.
And we're only talking about a distance that's like 300 feet or so. That's like a football field.
Around 9:30 p.m., Kate McCann made the short walk and discovered the unthinkable. Her daughter was gone, and the window to Maddie's room was open. Reports say Kate began screaming, "They've taken her."
We would like to appeal for any information, however small, that may lead to the safe return of Madeleine.
Maddie's bedroom is that one there, just on the left-hand side. The plastic roller blinds, this was left ajar just a little bit, so the police would dusted that for prints.
If the door was unlocked, then why was the window open? Was it an entry point to get to Maddie, or an escape route to get her out?
Can you pop them open from the outside, though?
You can do. A lot of them have got like little sort of knobbles on the bottom if you look closely.
Right,
so you can get hold of that, and if you can lift them up, and it will go up quite a fair distance. So certainly enough to get a child out.
So what happened that night? I wanted to speak with one witness who may be able to help answer the question.
She lives right upstairs, right above where the McCanns were staying.
Reports say a woman named Pamela Fenn had a relative staying with her that saw a man peeking in the McCanns' apartment the night Maddie vanished.
Yes, we are working to try and find Madeleine and would love to speak with you for a moment. We just want to kind of talk to you a little bit about, you know, something that you might be able to add a little bit.
I honestly, I have nothing.
Right, and I respect that. Okay, if you change your mind, we'd be really appreciative. Thank you.
I don't know if she saw anything that night, but a woman named Jane Tanner did, and her sighting may suggest that Maddie was abducted.
A friend of the McCanns told police she saw a man carrying a child wrapped in a blanket near the apartment right around the time Maddie disappeared. Was it Maddie? We don't know. But if you had just snatched a child, you'd want to get out of the area fast. Chances are you wouldn't get too far on foot. My guess? The abductor had a vehicle nearby.
If you were going to take a kid, it would take you about 5-10 minutes and you'd be on a major route and gone wherever. You know, either Lisbon, Spain, or elsewhere in Europe, or Morocco if you like.
There's also a marina 15 minutes away. A kidnapper could have used a boat to slip out of the area by sea under the cover of night.
It's the biggest case ever to hit Portugal. The minute it blew, we were down here. instantly.
What happened here?
We still don't know. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
What about the possibility of an organized trafficking group that maybe was looking for a specific type of kid? And Maddie fit the description. Someone with a lot of money grabbed her here, moved her through Portugal, got her to Spain, maybe to another country, and within hours, she's gone.
Yeah, it's possible. This is the major drugs entry for Europe, comes by this coast.
Really?
That's where it all comes in. It comes in along here by the fishermen, into the ports or into the beach quietly at night, on trucks, transporters through Spain up into northern Europe.
If smugglers can move massive loads of drugs in and out of the area, then moving a child shouldn't be too hard.
We have spoken to many witnesses, bystanders, people who help with the searches. For every 20 people we've spoken to, there are 10 different speculative ideas as to what has happened to Madeleine.
What do you think happened to Madeleine?
I really don't know, John. At one stage, I really thought that that little girl had woken up and had wandered out to find her parents. And now I just really do not know what to believe.
Give me another theory.
All right, the other theory has to be an accident in the apartment that night.
What kind of an accident? What are you talking about?
Wakes up a little drowsy, falls down a step, bangs her head. I don't think anybody would think that the McCanns were involved in a murder, but I think it is conceivable. And we're doing what if. It's conceivable that when they went back, there'd been an accident that night while they'd been away. So it is not inconceivable that in a strange land where you don't know what would happen, with a different police source, a different people in a foreign language, that you would make a real bad decision that night. And you could even justify it. You could say, well, she's dead. They're going to bury her anyway.
But let me be honest with you.
Go on, do it.
Possibility as a parent that I could dispose of my child in a strange country is inconceivable.
I know.
I can't even fathom that.
No, but we've got to put it into one of the possible scenarios. Because, you know, and I'm sure in the States, same as here, something like 70–80% of these things happen as involved family and friends. That's just reality.
All right, let's go with that. Where's the body? How do you get rid of the body?
I don't know.
As Richard and I searched much of the area, there seemed to be almost endless possibilities of where a body could have been hidden.
You have some interesting things being turned up. The very, very big rubbish bins. Have you seen them around here?
Okay.
Okay. They were taken away at 12 o'clock that night. The roads were up at the time. They were digging new trenches. You've also got behind the church, and they were in ground and foundation work there. This goes areas none of us want to go. But we have to look at it, be realistic, and the body hasn't been found.
I try never to speak for Kate and Jerry, but I feel like I know them well enough to know that this building, this place, this church community, it gave them hope. The media has been really hard on Kate and Jerry, and I think it's been really hard for people in the public to know what to believe.
I'll take anything that's thrown at me, but number one is getting my daughter back.
Nothing that's happened to us in this time
That's right.
has come close to upsetting us the way we felt when we discovered Madeleine missing.
What convinces you that they had nothing to do with this?
Lots of things. Who they are as people, who they are as parents, who they are with Sean and Emily. Once you get to know them, it's just an impossibility.
But detectives searched a car the McCanns rented 25 days after Madeleine disappeared, and in September named them Arguido, or suspects in the case.
A lot of papers ran with the story that apparently there had been some bodily fluids found in the trunk of the McCann vehicle. And initially, the reports were that they were 100% match, but as the week progressed, they started coming out and discounting that information. My view is that Kate and Jerry are innocent.
Why?
Well, no, I think it's really the facts that we have there. I mean, the facts that we have, that I know of, don't really point in their direction. I think the only thing they're guilty of is leaving their kids unattended, and I think they're paying a steep price for that.
when we come back.
No, film.
Don't touch the camera.
No!
John Turchin continues his search and tracks down the only other named suspect in the case.
Did Robert have anything to do with Madeleine's disappearance?